Okay guys, so today I'm going to talk quickly about how to deal with missed trades. So let's say you have the perfect setup, you have your limit set, you have your alert set, and you miss the trade. It might have only come slightly close to your entry, but not giving you that perfect entry. You might have had it where you just missed one confluence, which you could have got to enter into the trade when normally you would have entered, and you were waiting for something extra that obviously didn't happen, so you missed the trade. And I'd say if you're watching this video, then you have been through this situation. I used to have it where price would be in my entry area and I'd just be like, okay, I want to see this happen. That would happen. I'd be like, I want to see this happen now. I'd pretty much add confluences that wouldn't normally be there. So we're just going to take it back to the basics now and pretty much go through what I do when I miss a trade and how to kind of deal with it. Perfect example here today on gold. So if we come back to where I was actually looking to sell from, this was the area. So have this area here and we were looking for a retest into this level to then sell. However, the reason I didn't actually get into this trade was because I was missing one major confluence in my strategy, which was a break of clear structure. And the way I trade break of structures, I need to have that candle close below the previous significant structure. That's kind of this level here. So here on gold was when I was actually looking to get into the trade. So we had this level here. We're looking for a retest into this sort of region to then sell down to target this low here. And the reason I didn't get into this trade was solely because we didn't get that clear candle closure below the previous significant structure. And the reason I actually look for this is often there can be times where, price would come close, it'd wick in, and then pretty much just go in the opposite direction. So what I formulated in my plan was these set rules to actually limit the trades I take, and so I know I'm only taking the finest trades and the trades that from my testing have obviously proven to be the best way of actually trading this strategy. So I was looking to enter in this area, and then when price wicked again in the area and then came back up to my entry, I could have just entered. Price was in the area. However, I stuck to the plan. And if there's a trade that you miss, or if there's a trade that you lose, or that you won even, it kind of works with all three. As long as you stick to your plan, then it is a winning trade, technically. Obviously, you didn't make money from it, but it's just reinforcing that discipline that you don't take every single trade you see. You don't take every trade that's got one or two confluences. You want to see the full checklist, tick, 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 before you enter the trade. As you see, I could have FOMO'd in, and obviously the trade did actually hit the TP, and then obviously reversed back to the upside. However, the reason I didn't enter here, we had that break of structure, you could say, and then we came back up to the entry, was because my target was already hit. Personally, when my target's already hit, usually the trade is then done for me. I'm no longer looking to get into that trade. I'm no longer looking for that particular setup because the target has already been hit. The area that I actually wanted, the price to go to, in this case, it was 1820, this area. Obviously, there's particular reasons for that, which I'm not really going to go into. But when price actually got to that area, it was then done for me. The entry had been technically triggered. The TP had technically been triggered, but I didn't get the entry because I didn't see that one thing I needed to see. And then once price got to the TP and then we reversed back to the entry, you could have said, oh, well, you got the thing there, and then yes, but then the target had already been hit. So what I'd personally do with this now is I'd use the software called Edgewonk. And I know this is paid, but there's an affiliate link in the description if you want to check it out. This is what I personally do. You can do it in Excel, you can do it in Google Sheets for free, but I personally put it in here because it is a bit easier. So I go and add trade, and then what date was it and what time was the entry? So the entry would have been 14:15. Obviously you can go more precise on like the 1 minute, but I'm not really too focused on that right now. Instrument, obviously that's the pair, and the setup, you can just put default setup and that's fine. And we're looking to sell. Entry price, the easiest way to do this is to go in here, Control C, Control V. Quantity, you can leave that or just change it to your lot size. We can change the TP down here, and we can change the stop loss, and we can change the stop loss like this. Exit date, that was obviously going to be today, and the time it actually hit the TP was at 14:45. So this was obviously, the trade was only active for 30 minutes if price was actually in the trade. And then the TP would obviously be the same as the exit price and the profit and loss, you can calculate that. But my personal account size is $200,000. So that would have been a $6,000 win. And then here, you're going to write the notes. What I personally write here is why you didn't get into the trade. You know, why was it a missed trade? Were you not at the computer? Were you not at the setup when it actually got into your area? Did you not get that one confluence which you actually wanted to see? Did price just miss your limit? Maybe it was spreads that you kind of need to adjust. If you're noticing that a lot of your trades are missing from spreads, move your entry. I'm not saying move the place you enter every time, but add the spread onto your entry, accounting for obviously the spread that your broker actually has. Here you can add custom comments. So the easiest way to actually make the most of this is to have a custom comment for missed by spread, missed by entry, wasn't at the computer. And then you can just tick these every time. Then screenshot. What I do here, you can either copy the link, paste the link in there for the screenshot. Usually I do it before and after, however, we're just doing it for the video. And then you press save. And then in here, you can see that, okay, if I won this trade, then I would have made $6,000. This was the setup. This was all the stats. Then obviously, if you want to go in there, you can then look at the different stats. And if you want to filter it, you can pretty much filter all of this by changing the stats in the advanced trade data in there. So the reason I actually do this is so I can look back. If you're only journaling the trades that have won or lost, or obviously the ones that hit break even, then you're not really going to learn. You're going to learn a lot because those are the trades that were actually active, but you can learn a lot from your missed trades also. Why are you missing them? Maybe all the trades that were going to be winners didn't get tagged in, or they missed slightly, or there's a reason why you weren't entering them. They would have ended up winning. Then the ones you lost, or the ones you always get tagged into, there's obviously reasoning behind this. You know, the way you trade, maybe it's psychology. You can actually find this out from this sort of back testing. Not really back testing, but kind of like forward testing the missed trades and collecting the data from it. You know, even if you don't get in a trade, you can still learn from it, collect data, and why did you not get in the trade? That's what you got to think about. Also, on a psychological point of view here, that one trade, let's say I missed a trade in January. Am I still thinking about that trade? Am I still in the back of my mind thinking, oh, if I just got in that one trade, that would have made me a 1 to 3? No, I couldn't even care less, to be honest. If I missed a trade last week, I probably would have forgotten about it by now anyway. So focus on the trades you've actually taken. Focus on collecting the data and improving your skill set, improving your strategy, improving your edge. And then obviously you'll get into those trades. And you're bound to miss trades. You know, you can't be pinpoint accurate every single time because that is pretty much impossible, because you'll have to be like a robot. And obviously if there was a robot with 100% win rate strategy, the creator obviously wouldn't sell it because they'd be a billionaire. Simple as. But just a quick video to show you guys how I manage my missed trades, how I go about journaling them, and how I go about mentally preparing for the next trading day after it. You know, if we look now, you can see that price is kind of hovering around that area. You know, when it's in this consolidation, things like that can often happen. You know, you don't get that clear breaker structure, and you've got to take a step back, realize that, okay, I've made profit this month. I'm up, I think, like 7.5%. I've got to be happy with that and move on to the next trade. Simple as. So I'll catch you guys in the next video.